You are watching The DeMarco Show with Diane, Bill, and Kate.
Hello, I'm Diane Baker. And I'm Kate Sullivan. And this is Just Kidding.
Welcome to The DeMarco Show. Please welcome your hosts, Diane, Bill, and Kate.
I'm Diane Baker.
I'm Bill Sawyer.
And I'm Kate Sullivan with The DeMarco Show. Today, January 3rd, 2010, marks 10 years since Bill Clinton was impeached.
Thank God.
That poor man.
Don't start with me.
Guys, focus.
No, I ain't gonna do it.
You're so rude.
Well, in life, people are rude. Build a bridge and get over it.
Coming up, we'll be discussing Clinton's EITC, NAFTA, welfare reform, and impeachment. But first, some background information on our 42nd president.
My fellow citizens, tonight is my last opportunity to speak to you from the Oval Office as your president. I am profoundly grateful to you for twice giving me the honor to serve, to work for you and with you, to prepare our nation for the 21st century. And I'm grateful to Vice President Gore, to my cabinet secretaries, and to all those who have served with me for the last 8 years. This has been a time of dramatic transformation, and you have risen to every new challenge. You have made our social fabric stronger, our families healthier and safer, our people more prosperous. You, the American people, have made our passage into the global information age an era of great American renewal. And all the work I have done as president, every decision I have made, every executive action I have taken, every bill I have proposed and signed, I've tried to give all Americans the tools and conditions to build a future of our dreams in a good society with a strong economy, a cleaner environment, and a freer, safer, more prosperous world.
William Jefferson Clinton was born in Hope, Arkansas on August 19, 1946. Growing up, he excelled as a student and as a saxophone player, and once considered becoming a professional musician. As a representation to the boys' nation while in high school, he met President John Kennedy in the White House Rose Garden. He graduated from Georgetown University and then in 1968 won a Rhodes Scholarship to Oxford University. Then in 1973, he received a law degree from Yale University and entered politics in Arkansas. In 1974, he was defeated in his campaign for Congress in Arkansas's 3rd District. The next year, he married Hillary Rodham. Clinton was elected Arkansas Attorney General in 1976 and won governorship in 1978. In 1980, Hillary gave birth to their first child, Chelsea. A few months after the birth, Clinton lost re-election to be governor and started working at a private law firm. Luckily, 2 years later, he was re-elected for governor of Arkansas. Then, in 1991, he declared he was running for president. On January 20th, 1993, Bill Clinton became a Democratic president. He was the third youngest president behind Theodore Roosevelt and John F. Kennedy. Unfortunately, after 5 years of being president, he was impeached due to lying under oath and having an affair with Monica Lewinsky, a White House intern. But he fought against his impeachment and overruled it. As shown in the previous speech, his farewell address was spoken 3 years after his impeachment and finishing his second term of being president.
I'm good if he's good.
Fine, moving on. President Clinton made some changes economically with the Earned Income Tax Credit. We have with us today Brian Williams. Hello, Brian. How are you?
Oh, hello, Kate, Diane, and Bill. I'm doing good.
What's up with the baseball cap?
Oh, it's Casual Friday, of course.
It's Sunday? You're welcome.
So, Brian, can you elaborate more on this topic for us?
Why, yes, of course. In 1993, President Clinton expanded Earned Income Tax Credit to Americans to further assist families with low to moderate income. What a nice guy. This expansion relieved hard-working families from taxes and costed about $21 billion. These tax credits were refundable and varied based on the amount of income one received from their occupation. In practice, a filer that takes care of one child, for example, would receive $2,000, while a filer with 2 or more children would get over $4,000. This proved to be extremely successful with the impact on America.
Now, you explained that this was economically successful. Do you truly believe that?
Oh, of course, yes. The EITC encouraged work efforts, for example, pushing single mothers working for low wages. The work efforts increased the work and earnings of many women. Not only did these earned income tax credits support work, it also enhanced the wages of many poor and low-waged people. As many hours as these poor people worked to provide income for their family, it wasn't enough to get them out of poverty. This was what the earned income tax credits were made for. It addressed these situations. The EITC is still used today, aiding those who need it.
Clearly, it was shown Clinton was successful. Thank you, Brian, for being present with us on this topic.
Well, that was, interesting. Just leave first.
Yes, Alicia. Ryan?
You're welcome.
Well, that was, interesting.
What do you mean?
That person doesn't work for us.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
All right, I will just clarify and calm yourself.
Moving on. Okay. All right. The North.
American Free Trade Agreement.
Okay. Totally just cut me off. That's cool.
I can see why Diane doesn't like you.
I like everyone. Except you.
The North American Free Trade Agreement helped with the foreign policy. Today, we have with us Shaniqua Gonzalez to further this topic.
Hello, Shaniqua. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me here, Bill.
Thanks for being with us today. Can you please further on with this topic?
Yeah, that NAFTA, also known as the North American Free Trade Agreement, was a trade pact between Canada, Mexico, and the United States. It was signed into law by Bill Clinton. Clinton did this to encourage other nations to work towards a broader world trade.
Shaniqua, would you say NAFTA was something that was successful or unsuccessful?
Indeed, this was successful. The NAFTA was able to lift all tariffs. Tariffs were taxes on imported and exported goods. This was one of Clinton's good points during his presidency. He was able to show that he achieved the first victory as a Democratic president in 12 years. This pact between Canada, Mexico, and the United States later created the largest free trade zone.
Look at that. Clinton is 2 for 2. He must be a successful president, if I say myself.
Oh, please don't flatter yourself. We're just starting.
Always have to say something, don't you?
Can I go now?
Yes, thank you. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Quick Alarm saves 2 people a year. This is what happens when you don't have Quick Alarm. Invest a few $100s on Quick Alarm. It will save your life. Your life can be saved with just one pull. That's all it takes.
Quick Alarm, what is your emergency? We're sending people right away, sir.
So what are you waiting? Be one of those 2 people and save your own life with just one pull.
Thank you, Quick Alarm. You saved my life.
Call 1-800-47-ALARM. Quick Alarm may not always save your life. We are not held responsible for any injuries.
During the exhilarating 1994 elections, Republicans dominated both houses of Congress. We now have with us Isabel Lopez to explain welfare reform.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Isabella.
Hi.
During the 1994 elections, Republicans took over both houses of Congress. President Clinton and the new Congress couldn't agree on budgets, and the government even shut down twice in 1985. Eventually, they all agreed on budget. It took a while, but together they worked hard to create a welfare reform bill. This reform bill ended the guarantee of aid in nearly all families. It also cut the amount of time people could receive benefits. Welfare reform are supposed to help the people, not hurt them. Although he had a Congress created the temporary assistance of needy families programs, but a majority of the people didn't use it or move off of it, and it provided themselves. Today, this new program still impacts us. Still, TANF is only one out of 77 federal programs that provide benefits specifically to poor and low-income Americans.
Success or not, like what were the long-term effects of the welfare reform?
Well, despite the success of these reforms, combined state, federal, and welfare spending has almost doubled since 1996. Based on some recent projects, it has been found that we will spend another $10 trillion over the next decade. Even with all these resources devoted in assistance for the poor, poverty is higher today than it was in the 1970s.
I rest my case.
Clinton was aiming for success. He tried to help the needy families. It was a great idea.
But not a successful one.
Clearly, we have a president here who is full of ups and downs. There will be many ongoing debates on why he was successful or not, but a major event that has many negative viewpoints was his impeachment.
Finally, my favorite part. We have with us Lamadorius Hamastorius with an overview on the reasoning for this event.
Thank you, Diane. Clinton clearly made wrong choices during his presidency and in his personal life. In January of 1998, curiosities grew about Clinton and a White House intern named Monica Lewinsky. Once they found a dress with a suspicious stain on it, rumors started to spread about Clinton and Lewinsky doing a little something else on the outside. Clinton was also seen coming from a room rebuckling his belt before an important meeting. Clinton allegedly lied about any affairs he had under oath and was impeached by the White House. Later on, he eventually admitted to his relationship, but denied lying under oath. Clinton's popularity remained high throughout the impeachment process, although he had many groups that said he should be more focused on his job instead of a woman. In January 1999, the Senate held its trial of President Clinton and acquitted him. This is one of the most popular stories in the United States. Bill Clinton said, "What your man gotta do to get in the top 50?" reacting to a survey of journalists that ranked the Monica Lewinsky scandal as the 53rd most significant story in the century. Mr. Clinton is and will always be known as the second president to be impeached. I'm Lamadorius Hamastorius. Back to you.
We have with us Monica Lewinsky and Linda Tripp.
Why is she here?
Please, you're the one who got me in trouble. I should be mad at you.
So Linda, do you confirm these affairs?
Of course I do. What they did was completely wrong, and impeachment was the correct thing to do.
Nothing even happened.
Don't lie. Being president, you need to take responsibility for your own actions, even if they're not the best ones. Both Monica and Clinton did the wrong thing.
Did not!
And Clinton stepping forward was the right thing. Yes, he should have done it earlier, but I guess you could say better late than never. Each, in my opinion, was the best thing for the nation.
Thank you, Linda.
Coming up after this break, final panelist discussion and the open debate.
Tonight on Jerry Springer.
Bill Clinton, Monica Lewinsky, can they settle their differences? For the first time on national television, I, Jerry Springer, have two guests coming. Would you like to start?
You're supposed to love me!
Please, you're just a shy.
Tonight at 7 p.m. Central. Be there.
And we're back.
To the Amanda segment of the show where we talk about Clinton's presidency. On my left, I have the people who are against Clinton, and on my right, I have the people who are for him. So, were his economic attributes successful?
Yes. Excuse me. Well, his economic attributes were a success because his welfare reform was trying to help families better themselves.
Keyword, trying.
At least he tried, okay?
Welfare? What welfare reform? Are you kidding? Welfare has done nothing for the American people except handicap them.
No, it hasn't. He tried to help poor families have a cushion. Like, he tried to help people who had one child get $2,000. More than one child, like $4,000, if that makes sense. And no other president's done that. No other president's cared to do that.
But
Yeah,
can
but
we
also-
afford?
We need to afford to because we have people on the streets right now.
Yeah, but Clinton's main focus in his economic career was Social Security, which is going bankrupt in a few years, and it's not going to help with the baby boom rising.
Well, at least we had a glimpse into the future, and he tried, so yeah.
Wait, what about his intervention in Somalia? Was it a good thing or a bad thing?
It was a good thing. It was a good thing because he tried to help people. You just need to leave, all right? Leave.
I will.
Bye.
Okay then. Final question. Who was a better president, Reagan or Clinton?
Clinton. Reagan, because Reagan's priorities were actually on the nation and not on some intern thing.
Excuse us? At least our lovely president didn't get involved with an affair that had to do with him rigging the election.
He didn't rig the election.
He rigged his own
Exactly,
election.
that's why.
He rigged his own election!
That's why
Clinton's election was purely based on luck and the fact
Yep.
that a bunch of hormonal
Yep.
women liked
Yep.
him. So,
Yeah.
no, Reagan's a
How do you feel about
Reagan's a
this?
better president.
Reagan
I'm
put us
sorry.
in debt. Clinton actually helped us earn more money for our country.
Reagan, in his defense, had to deal with Carter and the mess that he left behind with the unemployment and increased
Did he fix
inflation
it? Did he
rates.
fix
He
it?
did fix it.
No.
His priority was on the country. He got the country out of the Cold War, which got us out of debt, actually. Actually, that's rude. Excuse me.
Well, that was interesting. Now, sending it over to our host, Bill Sawyer, aka Hannah Montana, for a special performance.
Hello, and for our last segment today, we're going to be interviewing faculty and students at Revere High School with Brian Williams
Not Bill Clinton. I'm not Bill Clinton.
and yours truly, Diane Baker.
Nobody cares.
Hello, Mr. Magno.
Hello.
What do you think about Bill Clinton's presidency?
Well, I don't agree with all of his policies and practices. I do think that President Clinton was a very successful president. The country was in a very weird place after President Reagan and the first President Bush, and I think that Bill Clinton did a very good job taking over after them and leaving the country in a very good place after he left.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so, Dr. Garcia.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Sure, go ahead.
All right, well, what do you think about Bill Clinton's presidency? Was he successful?
I think it was one of the best presidents in modern times. He created a lot of jobs. He did some wonderful things for the American people. I think he's one of my favorite presidents, to be honest with you.
Yeah, this guy knows what he's talking about. Okay, well, thank you for your time, Dr.
Oh,
Garcia.
yeah, very welcome.
Appreciate
It was a pleasure speaking with you.
Thank you.
Take care. Yeah.
Hello, Miss Terrio. Hi. What do you think about Bill Clinton?
I don't.
Hello, Miss Mars. I'm Brian Williams, not Bill Clinton. Mind if I ask you a quick question?
Sure, go ahead.
Do you think Bill Clinton was a successful president?
Yes, I do.
Oh, great. See? She knows what she's talking about. Why is that?
That the economy improved under Bill Clinton.
It did. It did. Okay, well, thank you for your time, Miss Mars. Okay, so, mind if I ask you a quick question, Bubba?
You go right ahead, mister.
What do you think about Bill?
mister. Okay, go ahead.
What do you think about Bill Clinton's presidency?
Well, if Bill Clinton was the president, instead of playing pussyfoot, we'd be in a better shape than we are right now. And by the way, Mr. Magoo, where's your ID?
About that. Hi, this is Brian Williams, and I'm here with Superintendent Paul Dakin. How you doing, Dakin?
I think I'm doing okay.
Okay, okay. So how do you feel about Clinton's presidency?
Clinton who?
Bill Clinton.
What was he, president of Revere High School?
No, President of the United States.
Bill Clinton. Oh yeah, he was a passing superstar who died and floated off into hyperspace.
Are you sure about that?
I can't recall anything really magical that he pulled off.
Are you kidding me? I think, the income tax credits that he introduced really assisted those poor families out there,
Oh, I would have been one of them, but I really didn't feel any benefit from any of his programs.
I strongly disagree with that, but anyways, anything to add?
Well, you like him so much, what's he, your cousin or something?
Absolutely not. I have no affiliation at all with Bill Clinton. Zero affiliation with Bill Clinton. How about that thing with Monica Lewinsky? What do you think about that?
Oh, yeah, now you're reminding me about that Bill Clinton. Ah, see? Now I'd have to say, that's why you went out in hyperspace.
I don't know. I don't think he should have gotten impeached for that. He's a damn good president.
Oh, yeah, I'm surprised he got impeached, but they probably might have drawn and quartered him if it was back in the Revolutionary times.
I actually think he was an extremely successful president. I think this wraps up this interview. What do you?
Sullivan.
And I'm Bill Sawyer, and this has been
The DeMarco Show.
I'm sorry I didn't have too much to do. I'm not really a great history student, so I just don't know much about that clown.
That clown? So you really don't know who Bill Clinton is?
I remember the name. I didn't pay too much attention.
Does he look familiar now?
Oh, jeez! I'm sorry, Bill.
I'm done with this
Bill,
interview.
you were a great president.
I'm done with this interview.